What's up, guys? It is John from Side Hustle Experiments. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm a six-figure online arbitrage seller as well. I also do bulk books. This video is going to be a little different. This week has been absolutely crazy. I can't believe it's already Friday. And I was like, I do not have a YouTube video for today. And today is an extremely busy day. So I'm going to try to film this going to work. It's about 5:30 in the morning. It just might be a little darker than it usually is. But I'm just going to give you guys a business update, what's been going on, why it's been so crazy, what I'm looking forward to, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's just get into it. If you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, it'd mean a ton to me. That's how the message gets out there more and I get to help more people. So, business update. So, the biggest update is the prep center I was using, who had about 5 to 6K inventory, finally sent out the shipment. I did a whole video on that, so you can check that out. And sure enough, that shipment seems to just be sitting in an Amazon warehouse right now. It's about 200-ish units. So waiting for that to get checked in. Should be interesting to see once it finally does get checked in, what happens to the prices of those products. Most of them might be at break even at this point. I don't know. We'll see. Some were like kind of more time sensitive than others. Sometimes when items are on sale, it really, the quicker you get them in, obviously, the quicker you get paid, but also the quicker you get the highest price because everyone else is coming in right after you. So that's that. Number two, the new prep center is doing well. Don't ask who it is. It's only been a month or so. So I'm happy so far. It's a lot more money than I was paying. I was paying $1 a unit. Now I'm paying $1.85 a unit. I thought it would cause a lot of issues in terms of sourcing because obviously we're adding another almost $1 onto our cost, but we've been able to find a lot more higher priced items, higher quality items. It really, when that $1, I am prepping a little more as well, just because I have trust issues at this point. So I've been prepping some stuff that's more fast moving, stuff that I'm not really paying taxes on because where I live, like for instance, there's no tax on grocery and apparel, and select some other stuff, supplements, stuff like that, medicine. So I've been doing some of that stuff myself, just to kind of keep things moving along quickly. I also find that the warehouse I ship to, it's in either Pennsylvania or New Jersey. It kind of rotates back and forth, tends to get stuff checked in much quicker than the ones in Indiana, and I forgot where else the product goes. So that is kind of an update on that. So that's happy, that's good. That the prep center is definitely cranking out stuff. They're sending a lot smaller shipments. I noticed when I first signed up, they said that's kind of what they do. As soon as they have stuff for you, if it makes sense, they just create a shipment, get it to Amazon. That could definitely hurt shipping costs or whatever. But once I get to the volume I was at the other prep center, it won't be an issue. Again, right now, I don't want to get into the situation where there's like $6,000 to $7,000 worth of stuff there and I cannot get it out or whatever. But I'm sending more and more. So lesson to you, if you start working with a prep center, start with like 50 units per month. See how that goes. Go to 100, go to 150, go to 200. I kind of did the opposite with the other prep center. I went to 50. Like, these guys are awesome. I went to like 300. They still did a good job. Then I went to 400 and stuff started to fall off. And then I think they kind of got it together-ish. So I was continuing to send. I thought they were just slow. So I think all in all, I kind of ramped it up a little too quickly with them. This other prep center, I feel much more confident with. I email them. I get an email back within 24 hours. I have the owner's cell phone number, and they gave me permission to text them anytime. So that's a little reassuring. I saw pictures of their warehouse, so that's all good. Number 3, I just interviewed a second VA for the business. Actually, I wasn't really in the market for a second VA. I mean, I kind of was, but a good friend of mine is kind of cutting back on how many they need. And so this VA is already trained and already went through a course. So they were trying to find find jobs for them, and they asked me if I'd want one of them. So I said yes, to help them out, and also definitely having another VA could definitely help me out in terms of sourcing. So I'm excited about that. They were sourcing for a leads list, so that will be definitely a little different for me, because sometimes on leads lists, when you're just sourcing for a leads list, you don't have a prep cost, you're not looking at taxes, you're not really looking at stores that have free shipping. I mean, you try to, but a lot of the complaints I've heard about lead lists are those, like, if the profit is about $3 and all of a sudden you have to pay 6% sales tax, or the shipping's not free, then the lead is not as profitable. Even if you're using a prep center and have to pay $1.50-ish, it doesn't really become that profitable. So there'll be a learning curve there for us to try to, combat that. So that's exciting. Number 4, I am no longer merchant fulfilling any books whatsoever. So this has been like one of the biggest holdups for me and growing the online arbitrage side of things, is really just books. Merchant fulfilled, eBay, FBA books, all are 3 very different things. They occupy a ton of headspace. So it makes it hard when I'm sourcing for OA. I'm constantly thinking about, I have to ship these books, or I have eBay orders to ship, or how am I going to get rid of all this eBay inventory? And merchant fulfilling books in the morning probably took about a half hour to an hour, so I just stopped doing it. All those books are going to go to FBA. I would say 75% of them are probably a good fit for FBA. The other 25% either are going to sell back your book, zip it, or just aren't profitable anymore. So that's that. So yeah, I'm kind of backed up because there's a lot of books I got to get sent out. I just, so that. Number 5, I most likely just did my last Gaylords of books yesterday. I actually filmed a video doing the last batch, exactly how I do it, how I go through books, how I think about it. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know, that's probably one of the most requested videos I've gotten, is show us you going through a Gaylord of books. I don't know why, but since it was the last one, I thought it made sense to do it. So that's that. Number 6, today I am going to talk to my book supplier to kind of say, hey, I'm switching directions, and we'll see how that goes. And I don't want to call anything out, but it's one of those like weird things where it's hard to let go, but it's also that's what has to happen. So that is kind of the big crunch right now. Sales, obviously, because of prep center and a little bit of longer check-in times for OA aren't great this month, but that is because I'm making a huge push to get every single book out of my warehouse and either to FBA, listed on eBay to sell back your book, or Ziff. There's going to be no more books just sitting around on tables, maybe for eBay, maybe for this, they're all leaving, and I'll just be left with eBay inventory. So that is exciting, but it is a much more work than I anticipated. So that is just eating up a ton of time. So, but it's also a very exciting time because I feel like stuff's really starting to click for online arbitrage. Well, I was really on pace to, it doesn't, I mean, we'll see today. Today I'm going to try to source about $2,000 to $3,000 worth of product. I think I've already spent close to $16,000 this month, which is way up from last month. I think I only did maybe 10K, just due to books and other stuff. It's just really, I will say that it's, I don't know. I like to say you can't make excuses and you got to get stuff done. But to be honest, when you're running 3 or 4 different businesses, it's just really difficult to, you got to do what's needed most in the business. And sometimes that's books. I mean, textbook season, August is nearly here. So I got a bunch of textbooks going out today, a little later than I wanted to get them out, but the books tend to check in pretty quickly from my experience. So hopefully they get checked in. And plus there's always students who buy late August, early September. So whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, there's about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of textbooks going out today. Potential profit. So that's exciting. And yeah, just really winding it down. I might liquidate all my eBay inventory to another seller. There's about $30,000 or $40,000 listed, and I repriced all this myself manually. So that is a pretty accurate price. There are some things that are very long tail that might not hit, that have higher prices, but yeah, that's kind of that. I'm like kind of mixed whether I want to liquidate it or not, but if you'd be interested in books for eBay, definitely hit me up on Instagram at Side Hustle Experiment. Everything is boxed. I have a whole spreadsheet with everything in there. Everything is labeled, boxed. So that is that. I have someone who might be interested. I might just place it on Facebook Marketplace and just throw it out there and see what happens. See if anyone wants it. The idea is just to free up all headspace to focus on online arbitrage and really making that grow. I will say I really did think that I would be able to do it all. But there's just only so much one can handle. The VA has been super helpful for finding leads and kind of spearheading that, but also it's also something I have to manage. I have to talk to them. I have to give them feedback. So, I mean, it's just a whole lot of stuff going on, but the goal, I think today, there's probably about 8 days left in the month, is to really try to get books all done and finished, and then just focus on OA. Specifically, I think that is another problem when you're sitting, when I'm doing OA at the warehouse, right? I'm just thinking about all the other stuff that has to get done in the warehouse. So if all that stuff is at FBA and there's nothing left to scan or go through or all that kind of stuff, then that should free up a ton of headspace, and then that's all I have to focus on is OA. So that is kind of my trajectory. I also have to sell some of the book equipment. So I have a tilter, I have a dumping table, I have another wooden table. So I'm going to kind of get that figured out, which I think they should be pretty easy to sell. Hopefully, hopefully within, I don't know, a couple hours should probably be able to come pick it up. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is kind of the update, guys. I'm just really excited for what is next for me, and that obviously is online arbitrage. I was doing obviously really well. It's this constant balance where the OA account's up and the book account's way down. This month the OA account is down and the book account will be up. It's just really a constant balancing act, and it's really not good for either account because both accounts are kind of but again, getting everything to the book account and sacrificing growth on the OA account will be what's best for the OA account in the coming month or two. So I just really got to focus on that, trust that I'm doing the right thing, and just really go all in. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Where are you in your business? Any feedback on what I'm doing? If you're interested in the eBay inventory, hit me up. If you want a tilter or a dumping table, hit me up with an offer on Instagram at Side Hustle Experiment. And I will see you guys in the next video.